tonight, I'm so thrilled about this. We are getting the real truth behind TNT's hit drama Major Crimes with these two dudes, two of the creative forces from the show. With us tonight from Hollywood, James Duff is here. He's the show's creator and executive producer, also the guy who brought us the closer. Thank you for that. James is here with Mike Burcham. Mike is a former LAPD detective who's been a technical advisor on both shows. It is thrilling to have you here, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. Let's get into it, because Major Crimes is just one of these shows that is always keeping us on the edges of our seats, like in this scene where a reporter rides along with cops to get the story. Roll it, Charles.
Detective Sanchez, if it's safety first, shouldn't you be wearing your seatbelt?
No. Clear. Clear.
It's like the law, though, right?
If somebody shoots at us, I want to get out of the car, maybe jump out of the way. Seatbelts can get you killed. Don't do that.
Why not?
If you hurt yourself through the crash, we have liability issues.
But if you get shot, we're off the hook because you signed a release.
I love it. That's one of the show's typically great scenes, but I've never understood, for all the years I've been doing this, how it's done, James. So please reveal this first secret to me. Are your wild police chases shot in a studio? Because it sure doesn't look like it.
No, actually there was not one green screen shot in that car chase, and everything you saw was done on live streets of Los Angeles on a Sunday. We shot it all on Sunday, but we wanted a car chase like one that you didn't usually see on television, and we worked really hard to make it look right. And part of the reason why everything looks right is my friend here, Detective Mike Burcham, who was a detective on LAPD's robbery homicide division for almost 20 years, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
in that one division.
That gives the show such incredible depth and all of these amazing and fascinating plot lines, like one in particular where a murderer gets rid of a body and acts as if he doesn't have a care in the world. Let's look at that one.
Hope you don't mind the couch. Even though you kicked me off yours. Sorry. Atta girl. Sleep tight, princess.
Oh yeah, everything's normal. Nothing happens here. That's probably a pretty normal scenario, actually. So the next secret we need for you to reveal, Mike, this is to you. How much of your real-life police experience makes its way right into these scripts?
A lot of the stories, especially when we started on The Closer and now transitioned into Major Crimes, are based on a lot of my cases. Just not the complete story, but little pieces from those stories. Or a lot of times when you're working a case and you're 2 weeks into it and nothing's happening and you start looking back thinking, well, maybe this is why. And those are all those little twists we try to throw in this story. I mean, in my head, there's 28 years of murder and mayhem in LA in there, and this man here, he's being
very modest. I mean, we have some cases, some details that you just wouldn't get on any other show, and that's because Mike brings all that experience with him, and we have a commitment to authenticity. We have a meeting before we shoot every script that's called the Mike Burcham meeting, where everybody comes in. Our prop person comes in, and our designers and our directors and the writer, and everybody sits down, and we make sure that everything we do is by the book. And then we also have, in addition to Mike, we have former prosecutor, district attorney for the County of Los Angeles, Gil Garcetti, who reads every script and reads all of our notes and makes sure that we do everything legally correct too.
That's cool. I mean, if you don't put it through the filter of people who've really been there, how could you expect the kind of authenticity that we actually see? It's good to know you have that much detail about it.
What you would get is a lot of copying other crime shows.
Right.
We would be doing things that we've seen on other crime shows instead of doing what the police actually do or the district attorney's office actually
So here's my question then. You come up with a great storyline, James, and then you run it by Mike, and I can't imagine it always goes well. You're going to have some conflict there. So here's our next question. I want you to reveal this secret to me. Are there behind-the-scenes battles over the stories that you guys roll out?
Actually, we've only ever had one really big titanic battle about a story. It was about the guy who got away. And Mike just really hated that story. And he got all red in the face while we were... But it wasn't like a fight. I don't think in the entire time we've known each other, Michael and I have ever had a crossword between us.
That's nice. You didn't have to call in the cops or anything. Go ahead, Mike.
No. I'm afraid to disagree with him. So he's
Smart
very
man.
He has a gun. He carries a gun.
Well, guys, really so cool to get an understanding of how this all really comes together. James, Mike, it's terrific having you here. Thanks again.
Thank you very much for having us.
An all-new season of Major Crimes gets underway November 25th on TNT. And be sure not to miss Showbiz Tonight's week-long series of Secrets of TV Crime Shows. Tomorrow, we're going to blow the lid off the CBS show Person of Interest.